I'm whispering because it's 5:20 in the morning. And I've just checked my 2 hours. Look at the cool sky. Love a bit of pinky sky. Have you been watching the Olympics, guys? I wasn't fussed in the run up to it. I was like, if I catch the equestrian sports, great, but otherwise not that bothered. Brought a TV package, have all the sports available to watch, and I'm hooked. Absolutely hooked. I'm watching sports I've never shown any interest in my life before. For example, skateboarding. Never known one for skateboarding. But there's something about the athletes that, you know, they're flying along concrete, going up ramps and all sorts, hitting the deck so many times over and over again, and yet they still get back up and they go again. I'm like, I don't know if they're brave or crazy or what, but they're pretty impressive. Surfing, never been one for surfing either, but quite enjoy watching that. I've always quite liked the diving. I think any sport that gives quite a quick result, I like that, or a quick score, I like that a lot. Obviously the dressage starts today. Team GB in the eventing did amazing. We've had a gold and a bronze from Laura Collett, which is just fantastic. It's such a good start. So yeah, I've been rather loving that. Oh guys, I got really excited because the bridle path gate was open down there, and I thought, yes, the bridle path's back open because there's normally cows out here so you can't go through. Anyway, off I went thinking, brilliant, this is going to be a great ride today. And then the next field, the gate was shut and the cows were out there. So all I got to do was this nice little bit of track and that was it. Anyway, I had such a magical drive in, and it sounds really pathetic to say that, but when the sun was coming up, it was like glistening over the farmland, and it was so beautiful. It like nearly gave me goosebumps. It was really, and had like a really good bit of music on in the background, and I was just like, oh, it's quite a moment. Really random, but sometimes you get those like feelings, don't you, where you're like, oh, it's quite beautiful out there. And anyway, this vlog is meant to be all about Miss Sienna. I'm afraid, Rosie, you're not going home yet. Rosie's thinking, right, that's it, job done, go home, eating breakfast. Yeah, we're all about Sienna and a bit of an update on her and where we're at the moment. Because, sighs, deep breaths, not in a great place, I have to say. She's perfectly fine, and, you know, she seems happy enough, but work-wise, we feel like we're back to square one, back at the drawing board and all that. You know, I'm really worried we're not going to fix her. I'm really worried. We've been kind of rehabbing her for like nearly a year now. So for anyone that doesn't watch my channel, Sienna, over a year ago now, got diagnosed with kissing spine, but pretty mild. And we've never thought that was the issue. And then a few months later, worked out that actually it was her SIs that were causing her problems. Had them medicated last year, and then had them remedicated in end of March this year. And for the first few months, brilliant. Like, she feels like a different horse, very happy. Oh, they've cut that field. That'd be nice. Being distracted, sorry. Yeah, she felt brilliant. I remember vlogging about it and being like, I've never felt her this good, and it was just so lovely. Just happy and relaxed and chilled and enjoying her work and everything I hoped she would be one day. And then sadly that's been on the decline probably from the middle of June, and I've just been sort of watching it and just taking note. But like, she started stopping again out on the road and started sort of feeling a bit more agitated, and just them being a bit more silly, and then the hacking not becoming quite so enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, there's still bits which are perfectly nice, but the other day we didn't have a particularly lovely ride, and by the end of it I had to get off because she felt so tense and like she was like a ticking time bomb. And this is very similar behaviour to last year. So I don't really know what to do next with her, because I feel like we've done a year of good rehab work, you know, tons of in-hand, hill work, pole work, you know, dressage from the ground, all that, you know, using the Equestrian, using the kind of resistant bands on a bump, like, and it just doesn't seem to have worked. I could medicate her SIs again, and I think that would work, but it doesn't last long enough, and I can't keep medicating her. That's not a solution. Also, it's the laminitic risk. Also, every time you medicate them, especially with SIs, it becomes less effective. So, you know, if it's only lasting 2.5 months, then it's not ideal. So I'm going to talk to my vet again, obviously, about it. I want to get her hind suspensory scanned. I don't think that's an issue. I really don't. I've had horses with hind suspensory problems before, and she's not showing the same sort of symptoms. But I think it's worth double checking, because I'm still questioning whether her SI issues is a secondary problem. I just haven't found the primary problem. But you know what, we've x-rayed a lot of her already. You know, she's had her stifles done, she's had her hocks done, you know, she's had workups. And when it comes to like suspensories, you'd think there'd be some sort of lameness or something like that, or sort of swelling in the leg, but we don't have that. So yeah, annoyingly, because we've been looking at her back for over a year now, the insurance won't touch her back. I'm so daft because I should have gone down that road early on when we started looking at her back. You know, I should have sent her off to a big vet and had a full workup done there, because like I say, now the insurance won't touch it and I don't have the budget to spend thousands trying to work out what's going on. I'm absolutely confident it's her SIs. It's just worrying me that maybe we can't fix what's going on with her SIs. Maybe she has done long-term damage to it. I don't know if I still have a feeling something went on when she was broken in. I still think when she got cast in the stable, she did some serious damage then. So yeah, it's so disappointing. She's such a gorgeous horse. She's got the most amazing character. And I do think she tries really hard. I think she desperately wants to please me. But if she's uncomfortable, then she's trying to tell me at the same time that she doesn't feel good. She seems like, don't get me wrong, when she's hacking out and, you know, just walking down the road, she's all right. But the fact is that this behaviour is showing itself again. It makes me know that, you know, she's feeling something. And I think it's even more obvious this time because we had that 2.5 months where she was just amazing after the injection. So I know that she can feel brilliant, which is why I think this time around it's so much clearer. So yeah, the joys of horses, hey? And one thing I have been thinking about is her rehab programme. I spend lots of time trying to tweak it to get the best from her, to help her improve her core strength, improve the muscle over her back, and just her overall way of going. And I think I did quite a gentle rehab plan. There are so many voices shouting out how it's best to rehab your horse. You have the vet's opinion, you have physio's opinions, you have people who a group I followed on Facebook, I think it was like No Horse, No Back or something like that, and they were very opinionated and had very different ideas to vets, and it's very hard sometimes to know who to believe and who's right. And, you know, often saying that the vets rehab plans were very outdated and they were being backed up by physios, and, you know, it was hard to decide what was best for Sienna. But having gone down this road and maybe not use things like equiames or resistance bands that much, maybe like once a week max, maybe that wasn't enough. Maybe I haven't helped her enough to engage her core and use her back properly. And I think if I did do another rehab program and I did have her back remedicated and sort of started again, I think I would hit the ground running a little bit more this time, and I would probably use the bands, the equiame, far more to try and persuade her to use herself better. That is definitely something I would probably change. I mean, maybe she needs time out. I mean, she's had a lot of time out already, but maybe she needs significant time out. Maybe she needs a year or two. I don't know if that would help fix the back. Who knows? Also, doesn't react to you touching her back in the slightest. Never has done. You can run your fingers down her back, never flinches, never drops her back, nothing. So she doesn't even really have very obvious signs to back issues either. I just know from when we medicated her SIs, the difference in her was huge. So that's why I'm pretty confident that is the problem area. I'm going to leave the vlog there, guys. I will obviously keep you updated with Sienna and our next steps and the next plan of action and so on. You can obviously chat to my vet first and mull things over a little bit and that kind of thing. Do you know what? There's a smell in the air. It's not that hot yet because you can see I'm still wearing a jumper. But there's that smell in the air that like reminds me of holidays when I was a kid, and like when everything's just slowly starting to get going and the temperature's starting to increase and you know it's going to be a hot day. It's like hot day smell. That's what I'm going to call it, hot day smell. But I kind of like it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and see you again very soon.